let me know what's in the cards for Lucky Trader.
Yeah, appreciate that, THC. Appreciate you being an app user. And yeah, we definitely appreciate the compliments on the content. Our team works really hard to be objective, to be thorough, to be accurate, to cover everything that matters. And so yeah, so I'm Matt Restivo. I'm the CEO of Lucky Trader. My background is as a builder. I spent years sort of in the sports and media space, most notably at a couple of companies, ESPN. The short story is I put down on everyone's phones. So if you have the ESPN app, that I built the messaging team way back in the day there. Eventually landed at a company called BAMTech, which now builds Disney Plus, the Disney Plus app across all platforms. That was a ton of fun. Eventually I built the business plan for ESPN Plus and got super bored working at Disney because there's two people to work at, or basically two and a half people to do every one job. Hopefully nobody works at Disney here, but I think even if they did work there, they tell me it's true. And left to become the chief product officer at the Action Network, and you basically managed a team of 30 and built the Action Network app, the Action Network subscriptions, and got the chance to meet Bales and Jennings and this whole team and work with them as co-founders of the business, and developed a really good relationship along with Kevin, who's one of our CTO, our lead engineer. And in 2021, 2022, we sort of all gravitated towards NFTs. I got into the space through Zed Run. I spent way too much money buying and flipping Zed horses, but had a lot of fun doing it and really saw the utility that they offered and thought it was really cool. And like many of you, worked my way into different communities, made lots of friends, and have had the chance to spend some time with artists in the space. I'm a huge my biggest bags are in art blocks, and I love a lot of the work that people do at art blocks. I love a lot of some of their curated artists. Hold a Squiggle, Hold a Meridian, and then have an immense appreciation for some of the guys like Drift, people I was lucky enough to kind of hang out with in May of this year. And so anyway, I've been rambling way too long about sort of my background, but the real story today is we're excited to sort of let this group in on a little announcement before we sort of go public with it, but we're happy to be partnering together with Metaverse HQ as Lucky Trader to provide you access to things that we're building that we'd love your feedback on. And so we have built a bunch of different tools. We're going to walk you through some of them today. We have even more tools coming for those of you grinding out Rainmakers. We love the game. We really see DraftKings leaning into it as a huge success story for the NFT space. And the game. Sure, the game would be possible without the blockchain, but the blockchain brings scarcity and transparency, and it's very, very, very cool. So we're looking forward to building a long-term relationship with all of you, getting your feedback on our tools, helping us make them better, and hopefully they help you make smarter decisions. So that's a little bit about me and the partnership. I do want to just quickly call out two members of the Lucky Trader team who are also on the office hours, who I'll ask to just kind of give a brief 30-second intro of themselves. One is Cam. Cam runs all things, as he would say, socials for us. And Tony, who's one of our lead NFT analysts who covers the space for us. So if you guys can briefly introduce yourselves, how you got to Lucky Trader, just something quick about you and your background, and then we can dive even deeper.
Guys, Tony here, or TD. I got in, as I like to call it, Bales plus one a day after. Bales put out his article for, I don't know if any of you are familiar, but Jonathan Bales, our co-founder, he wrote an article about why he bought a $35,000 MOM for Top Shot. I bought Top Shots after, parlayed that into a sizable account, and now own probably barely any NFTs, but still trade them daily. And that's why I'm kind of excited about something I'm going to show you in a bit.
My name's Cameron. Tony stole my intro because that's basically verbatim what I was going to say. So what Tony said.
He gotcha. Rugged on the intro.
No, Cam's great. Cam is more fired up about NFTs now than anybody I've talked to in a long time. So he keeps me fired up because it's not like last year where everything was kind of, mint in print. I'm sure you guys know. You have to actually think about it for half a second longer. But there's still fun stuff going on. And
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I appreciate the intro, you guys. And Tony, I recognize your name, man. You pump articles out pretty quick, man. Your turnaround time is impressive. But yeah, you heard it here, folks. A little bit of background. We got a little alpha bomb dropped on us. Partnership integrations here with their new platform. So if you could kind of expand on that a little bit and tell us what we can look forward to.
Yeah, of course.
Can I? Sorry, Matt, you go. Was someone else talking?
Actually, you know what? I'm going to interrupt now. And I just want to, sorry, I forgot to say this before. If anyone has, of course, any questions, as usual, you can drop those in the guest questions, and I'll make sure to get those answered. So
yeah, I can take it from here. Can I share my screen?
Please, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, while TD's getting fired up here, I would say that there's a bunch of different tools that we build at Lucky Trader, and I would say that the app is one. The app is something for if you guys want to go out and touch grass, you can connect your wallet in the app, and we'll send you personalized push notifications based on the projects that you're interested in, as well as just the general NFT market. And then we've got some tools, a tool called the Sharp Report, which is accessible. And then we have a tool that Tony is going to walk you through right now, which is basically our model builder. But yeah, take it away, Tony.
Yeah, so I don't know if I recognize a couple of people in here too. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Fantasy Labs. If you are, if you aren't, here's a quick run through. They're kind of like the model building site. They've got projections. You pick players that you like based on different stats, and you build a model that way. And upload your CSV into DraftKings or FanDuel, and you make teams that way. And you can make them however you want. If you want to go by, well, this is a bad example, but yeah, if you want to go by leverage, that's how ownership times points scored. They have all different kinds of little data that you can use. So the team who's kind of the gigabrains behind that, they built our Lucky Labs Pro. And I'm sure you guys, you trade a lot all day. There's like regular stuff that you can trade on, post-reveal dips. You can mint and sell immediately. You can, watch wallets and stuff like that. And that stuff is fine. It works really great. And, it can make a little bit of profit that way. But the real kind of like maximizing a profit is to kind of find the right things to hold. And no one really knows what those are until get there, and then everyone's coping because they don't have them. Now, what we think we can do here is to use data to find out what those projects are going to be. And a lot of this data is new. A lot of it is all of this is that we have is tested out. But we tested it during bull markets. We tested it during bears, and it's a starting point. Just like at Fantasy Labs, it started somewhere. Didn't always have trends. It didn't always have the buzz score, which is like a sentiment analysis. It didn't always have a lot of these things. Right now, we're at the beginning of this, and that's why kind of we are excited about sharing it with you. It's because you guys are traders just like us. You know trends, things you trade off of that maybe I don't. So that's kind of what we want to do. We want to share this with you, have you look at all the things, play around with the sliders, play around with stats, and find stuff that works for you, and use and models that work for you to find basically find profit. I built a model here. It's basically my Goblin Town model. I shared this with some of the guys from before, but it's the model that, and during the bull, everything ran, so it's really easy to just kind of pick a spot somewhere and find stats that line up. But during a bear, it's a lot harder. It's not as easy as it was during the bull. So what I did was kind of replicate some of the stats that were happening during the Goblin Town run up to see if I could find something that bears out through the time. So I went back to the date that they ran up the most. That was the 26th. So looked at all the stats, wrote them down, and weighted accordingly to get kind of where we are. And then so what I did after I got there, kind of moved it forward in a day to see if there was anything kind of fit those parameters and if I want to buy them. Now, it isn't perfect. Obviously, Raid Party, like you remember, this is probably the down part of Raid Party when like they're nothing. But there are potentials in here. And Chimpers ran up. I think Flower Fam ran up a bit. So a lot of you can use those same stats and kind of guess what's going to come out because you don't really 100% know.
Right. Yeah. Wow. That is incredible. So you've taken sort of the modeling for fantasy sports and applied the same concepts to the NFT market. I'm curious what all parameters, you're kind of pulling from and monitoring, because that is, I guess at the end of the day, the secret sauce, right, as to where the score is coming from.
Sure. So we've got about 20 of these. And I can run through kind of a few of them, but I'll kind of highlight some that I like, if that's cool.
Yeah, please.
You can probably play through this. This listed within 10% of floor price. If you want to trade short term, this is kind of the best stat. This is just basically tells you exactly what it says. If there's 5 of them listed and there's 500 total in the collection and they're listed just above within 10% of floor, that means that the floor price is an easier time to getting up a certain amount.
Gotcha, so, like the measure of the floor thinness almost.
Mm-hmm. Listing changes. This is about the times that they, if the number changes between the day and the week and the month, just how many listing changes. This one's borne out pretty well. This is sales greater than purchase. This is anybody who's trading with a profit on the day. So usually, like we say here, positive numbers are a healthy sign for it. This one too, this doesn't work as well as if pre-reveal and if it's like a staking project. But the 2x floor day sales, if you see a lot of those, that usually is an indicator of strength. I have tested out these Sharp Wallet ones, and the data, we're kind of early on this data. So we have this thing called Sharp Report, and I can kind of take it real quick. And it kind of shows how many people are buying, how many profitable wallets, that's wallets that have made more than 50 ETH, what they're buying and what they're selling. And I haven't found a lot of correlation between what they buy, because by the time they buy it and sell it, you're just kind of like, you're not front running anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but if there is a significant amount of Sharp wallets holding it for like an extended period of time, that has kind of shown Sharp for a reason. They've made profit for a reason. If they're holding it, they may be trading it day in and day out, but if there's like a good amount holding it, then you're kind of have a safety net, so to speak. So I found,
I was going to say, whenever I see the Lucky Trader news updates that smart wallets are accumulating a thing, it feels really good to have front run that and to be holding the thing and then see the article come out. And then, of course, same goes for selling and then seeing the article a few hours later that everyone is selling it. It's a great feeling. It sounds like this tool might help people be able to be, ahead of the curve a little bit and looking kind of into the future through stats. It's incredible.
I mean, that kind of bears it out, and you can play around with this, and we want you guys to play around with it. I went looking for stats to see if they worked with Goblin Town and if there was anything to that. And and I did find some things with like I bought and sold some potatoes using this. I've been into Rainmakers lately, so I haven't been trading as much on it. But I bought an Amura bowl off these stats, and so. There are other things like I was working on the crypto dick butts model, like trying to see if I could predict that kind of run up. That's
a Herculean task you're trying to accomplish, because there's so many X factors in just random things that can happen that will send a project, and it's hard to reflect that in the data. So I'm curious if there's a way to kind of like suss out outliers and stuff. But I guess with so many sliders, you can kind of hand curate what you're looking at, right?
Right, and I think like it's not, some of the data isn't perfect. We have our own floor price data, but we also bring in some third party stuff to try to fill in the gaps where if we had any downtime, we want to make sure it's right. So there are some, like if you look at here on this page right now, All Stars Official. That's something I have no idea what it is. I don't know. Does anybody know what All Stars Official is? I don't think so.
I can't say that I do.
So like that would be one I kind of avoid. It may hit some of the numbers, but I don't know what it is. I know that no one's tweeting about it. So yeah, I mean, like here, the potatoes was an obvious one. Meme Land released that. There was some excitement around the project. So it kind of like a little bit of confirmation bias with the model, but I mean, you have to if you're gonna invest off of it.
Yeah, for sure, I understand.
So yeah, no one's kind of solved that area yet. I think us together we can. It maybe that means like there's a sentiment score in Fantasy Labs. Maybe you guys feel like there needs to be a sentiment score here. Maybe there's another stat that some people trade off of that I don't. I'd love to hear about, and we'd love to like kind of build this with you guys.
Yeah, I'm sure people have tons of feedback of things that they want to see through testing out the beta and stuff like that, and just kind of actually working with it and seeing what they want to see. I know there are tools that have added sort of community contributions, be it for scams or what have you. So yeah, like a sentiment meter might be good just to kind of let people. I mean, people are going to troll, right? But like at the end of the day, it's still another data point that you can kind of pull from.
And that's what we're about, kind of accumulating this data. I mean, there's lots of wallet trackers and stuff like that, and that it's not always borne out. I'm sure we've all trailed a few crappy wallets. So
yeah, and that's part of the beauty too, is it's all sort of on the blockchain, so everyone's pulling the same data. It's just how can you combine it to get the best result. And it sounds like the whole the labs is giving you a head start with the back end infrastructure and stuff. It looks good too. I'm excited to use it because aesthetically it's pretty pleasing. I like.
We gotta look on the link. We gotta work on the short link of it, so for sharing. But yeah, it's.
I just saw the URL. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe we use Bitly to send this out to everybody.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm still working on models daily. So as soon as I find some, I try to share them. I think at first I was like, oh, do I really want to share my I've had some success with it. Do I really want to share my Goblin Town with these guys? But also there's kind of some strength in numbers when you trade. So
yeah, that's true. It sounds like if I would have had this, I wouldn't have papered the Goblin Town I minted for like 0.1. So you're just a couple months too late for me.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. That sharp wallets thing, that would have told you that you're kind of safe.
Yep. Could have saved me a lot of pain for sure.
I don't know if this can time the tops very well, but we are working on that.
Hey, as soon as you get that figured out, yeah, you DM me, you let me know when you've got the top signaler. Well, cool, man. So, okay, so is there more parts of the platform that you want to kind of go over, or is that the gist of it?
That's it. There are these little ROI features right here. These are kind of back tested, so they're not going to predict your ROI. Like you can't plug. I wouldn't want anybody to go on here, and I'm sure this goes without saying, but I wouldn't want anybody to go on here and kind of plug some numbers in, pull some sliders around, and show like 1,000% ROI, and the top number is aliens, and you go out and buy 100 aliens, and you're wrecked. These are numbers from the back. So if I kind of traded off these numbers right now, it would be good for my short-term ROI, and possibly if things continued. And to be honest, the market's pretty lame right now, so it might not be that bad. But I wouldn't just be wary of those numbers are back tested ROIs, not obviously not predictive. If we had them predictive, we would be. running the market right now.
Right. Absolutely. Well, cool. Okay. So thanks for the rundown on the sort of tool platform side of it. I guess now let's kind of transition into the partnership aspect of it. If you could just kind of let me know what's the model going to be for this? It seems like, is it a private beta that we're a part of? Will it go public? Will it be paid or free? Sort of how are you guys envisioning this rollout post beta, and what are the details of our partnership?
Yeah, thanks, THC. So to start, right now we're very much in a mode where this is probably the largest and for one of the first groups to see this tool. We've shared this with a few individuals to gather some feedback and made some tweaks and really ensured like data fidelity is really good. But at this point, we don't really have a go-to-market specifically built for this labs tool yet. And so we're the nature of the partnership is everybody who wants access, everybody who wants to use this tool to build their own models, to use it as an input into your trading strategy. You can sign up. We have a link that I think Poop will drop in somewhere. And it's a quick Google form. It's very simply just I think it's your wallet address, so we can unlock it based on that. It is wallet gated at the moment, and it's your email, so we can keep you up to date on what's going on, which is of course optional. But keep you up to date and give you an offer. So the idea here is really we want to understand how valuable it is to you, how we can make it more valuable, and eventually we'll have a commercial go-to-market plan where we bring this to market probably as a subscription. And we'll give everybody in here a deep sort of founder level discount based on your feedback and based on our partnership with this group.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Shout out to the Lucky Trader team for the open edition access partnership. That's amazing. Appreciate that. We have a couple questions here and guest questions, so I'm just going to drop these, and whoever wants to field them, please feel more than welcome. First question, and this is an important one. It should have been the first thing I asked. Is there a dark mode?
We'll work on that.
Okay, I would make that priority number one.
But yeah, I know this can be a lot. As someone who's stared at this a lot at 11:30 at night, we need to get dark mode. Not the first time it's been brought up, but yeah.
No, it won't be the last. Yeah, we spend too many hours staring at screens to burn our retinas out. All right, so cool. It sounds like that's at least in the thought process. Another question here: do you have a mechanism to save setting combinations and name them for different scenarios? So I guess presets on your kind of your sliders, your filters and stuff.
Yeah, so we have this. Tony, do we save them with names? I think we actually pause development at the point of so we're that drop down right there. And that load button in the top right is going to allow you to basically like load in different models. But the moment it's throw the URL on your notepad and hang on to it. That's our current name. That's our current name, the model. But yeah, that's definitely coming.
Gotcha. Yeah, project. Don't close Notepad without saving it. Code name. Gotcha. Cool.
Just send your model to me, and then I'll keep it.
Right. Of course. Yeah. All right. Another question is, would you consider the option of so-called social investing, where we can see successful mode settings templates from other traders, similar to eToro, which kind of lets you copy trade, popular traders and just make their moves?
Yeah, that's definitely in the future. That will definitely be rolled out with these saved presets. That's just like Fantasy Labs. You can copy the models of Bales or Jennings, and that's our plan too. We definitely want to let you see kind of our trading models, and then anybody else's.
That's awesome, fantastic. Sounds like kind of the ultimate edge data app. That it clears up all the backlog of guest questions. Of course, if you guys have any more, feel free to drop them in. Man, I'm juiced. I've already got my I've already got my wallet submitted on the Google form, so I'm just gonna wait to get my access. But yeah, what other stuff did we miss anything? Is there any other stuff that you guys want to go over?
When I started working here and I heard that they were working on this was kind of like the thing I was most excited about. And like I've day traded, I've minute traded, and I think like this is something that, you know, with your guys' help, that we could like actually win at, and find a way of solving kind of the post reveal hold that no one else is kind of working on. So if anybody wants to like chat with me about this, you can send me a DM. I'll drop in my email too. And maybe even Telegram if you're nice. Just don't scam me, and we could go over it together. Just because I'm really excited about it. So if you're excited, if you kind of see the potential in this too, I'd love to talk with you and chat with you, and maybe even trade together a bit.
No, definitely. I'm sure plenty of discussions will be had. I think we typically open up a chat for partners. You'll have to check and see if that's what we're going with. But usually there's a dedicated thread. Yeah, just to kind of, get feedback and stuff from everybody. Because, you will quickly get a lot of requests for things that people want to see or would like to see implemented. I'm sure you'll be bombarded, and I'm sure that's the ideal situation for both parties involved.
That would be amazing.
Hell yeah, man. It looks like we do have one more question here. Are there any thoughts for this to be open source at some point where people can add their own custom filters, I suppose, like your 10% of floor, just to test them out so that people can kind of go in and tinker and build out new parameters?
Yeah, I don't know if they're working on that right now, but that is a request I've made of the devs, to put in your own rankings. Like I said, the sentiment score is something I really want to get done. So that would be nice. and definitely down the line, no problem.
Awesome. Look, we're getting the ball rolling already, man. Get some ideas, some seeds planted.
That's a great idea. I mean, just having your own kind of like mental ranking too would be, your own personal ranking would be a big part of what I think a model should have in it. A lot of this stuff is about like sense of trading and sense of froth. So most of us kind of know. That's kind of hard to quantify, but would be useful.
Yeah, 100%. I think a lot of what you guys do is useful. You're kind of building out this full sort of suite, like an ecosystem for news, right? You've got, floor reports, you've got the written articles on stories, and now you guys have this powerful, back end data platform, which I'm impressed by. I didn't realize that things were this far along. It looks really sweet. The potential info you can get from it, and just visually, I mean, it looks good. So yeah, kudos.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. It looks like we don't have any other questions in chat for now. I think you guys kind of knocked it out of the park as far as, what to expect and everything. But yeah, if there's anything else you guys want to go over, or any, final thoughts, parting words, anything like that, the floor is yours.
No, we're really excited to be working with Metaverse HQ and everybody here. So we really appreciate the feedback. We want to make the tool better for you. So yeah, don't be shy. Even if it feels like you're repetitive or asking for something that, or you've asked for something twice. Definitely let us know in the support channel that we will be setting up. And we look forward to sharing like a bunch more tools with you. There's a tool on our site called the Sharp Report as well, that is public. Anybody can access. And it's really interesting info. I mean, I know somebody mentioned that they loved Tony's pieces around the Sharp Report. But I'm really a huge fan of this tool. Tony, do you want to just briefly take everybody through sort of what this? I mean, you can build this exact model in the model builder that we were just looking at, but this makes it a little more consumer friendly and easy to read.
Yeah. Just real quick. Yeah, sorry. You want me to?
No, please go ahead.
So this is the profitable trader report basically. and it shows you within the last 24 hours, 7 days, and 30 days what they're doing, if they're buying, if they're selling a certain project. And this is that little number I talked to you about, THC, about the percent owned. That kind of shows you, that's that safety blanket, I think. Some of these projects. Yeah, if you see Gaku's about 17.67% owned by profitable traders, that could be just a function of if you bought 4, you're
now in sharp. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's that safety net that we're talking about, and you can check this daily and see what people are buying and selling. Again, I have seen. I have tried to trade on the ads and not had a lot of success, but I have sold some local tops based on the sells. Not the ultimate top, but some kind of temporary tops.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think ironically, I think some of your sharps are listening in the audience right now.
I do see one. I do see a couple here.
It's amazing. I got one question for you. Okay, cool. I think Nansen has done that for everybody already.
Right.
I have one question. When are you guys going to do like a Rainmaker spinoff for your data platform, so people that are these Rainmaker junkies that can't look away from the screen can get another fix?
Well, we do have prices and projections already. And
oh my God.
I don't know if you've seen this yet, but I've made some buys based on this. You can see it looks like Fields is down based on that last performance. You can go get him for 365. Look at Herbert struggling at only $600. So I'll buy a Herbert for $600 if you can believe that now. I think a lot of people are. There's been a little bit of movement lately after the last week's prizes. We're a little down, so they might, if you believe in the prize pools in the long term, like I do, there are some good buying opportunities.
Hey, we got a lot of believers. I wasn't aware that you guys had this whole setup. That's fucking awesome, man. You guys are killing it.
We got a couple other things. I don't know if I should talk about them yet, but I saw one today, and it's gonna make playing Rainmakers in volume so much easier.
Leak it, man. Just leak it. Come on.
Oh, I can't do it.
You said you traded the 1 minute chart, man. You're one of us.
No, I've been trying to trade off injuries lately, and that's I did a little Ingram 2x. So I just gotta trade those injury reports, guys.
There it is. There's the Rainmaker Alpha. Watch the injuries.
Oh, it really is a cool tool. I'm super excited. It's coming soon.
Love it, man. Yeah, y'all are killing it. Keep it up. In all directions. It seems like you guys are just scaling out to cover everything. So it's impressive to watch everything unfold.
Appreciate it.
Let me do one more check here. Guest questions. Yep, still no guest questions. You guys are just crushing it. But yeah, I mean, hell, the more you talk, the more alpha comes out. So we can stay here all day if you want.
No, that's good. I gotta go make sure that there's any weird injuries in the in that late game. So, unless you guys want,
I had to try. You can't blame me.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, cool. Man, again, thank you guys for the more than generous, open-ended allocation for beta, and for taking some time here to kind of show us what you're cooking up and give us some kind of inside backgrounds and stuff, and for your ongoing support as we sort of tinker, experiment, and try to break things. Appreciate all of it. You guys are kicking ass. We'll love to see it.
No, we appreciate all of you, and you'll be seeing an official announcement, public here in the next, I think probably, I don't know, hours or days, somewhere in there. We'll officially announce the project partnership, and we look forward to doing that. But happy to spend the time with you all, and I believe we are going to co-host a Rainmaker Space on Thursday this week at 5 Eastern. So you all are welcome to join. That's going to be hosted by our co-founder Peter Jennings. And yeah, we're going to be looking to break more and more news at Lucky Trader. So keep your eye on the news headlines.
Definitely will do. I'm going to keep an eye out for that Spaces too. Everyone that's listening here, if you want, you can pop into office hours chat, scroll but just a bit, and there is a link for the Google form that you can go ahead and put your wallet and your email into. I'm sure we'll have a proper announcement and all that coming soon, but just to front run everyone else that's not here, you could go ahead and get your name in now. There we go. Poop just reposted that, so everybody go ahead and get your name in so you can jump into this tool as soon as we're ready.
Just because I've been spying on Jake and Bake in the office hours chat channel. We may or may not be releasing something just like that in the next few days, just as another beta tool. Can neither confirm nor deny that I saw something today that looked just like a lineup builder. So yeah, keep your eye out for that.
My goodness, you can't say anything around these guys, Jake.
Don't you dare tease us like that.
Wouldn't it be cool if they had done it, we're in the third stage, it's almost ready to ship? Jeez.
No, before too long, I know you all will be driving this roadmap.
Let's go.
I just wanted to jump in real quick. Thank you guys for popping in and give us some insight. I know our community here is predominantly NFT focused, and I know a lot of your background and the team's background is maybe a little more sports and fantasy background with some of the people on your team, and just familiarity through those products throughout the years. I do want to say the idea of bringing fantasy labs into the NFT marketplace is a novel idea and a very unique one, and very excited to kind of keep playing around with it and adjust some of the modeling aspects of it and kind of see what we can take from it. And I'm sure use the actionable data to our advantage here moving forward. So just keep up the great work, guys, and really excited to kind of continue on with this partnership here.
Poop.
Yeah, appreciate that, Poop. I will admit, I probably spend too much of my brain space trying to make sure that we're not too much of a DraftKings Rainmakers company, and that we are focused on the long term for NFTs. I mean, at the end of the day, we're big believers in the space, big believers in the technology. We saw what it can do, and we know that it's early. We know it's just the start. And so, yeah, we're going to be building more and more tools for the broader market, and look forward to doing that with you all.
Absolutely, and that's kind of why I wanted to jump in there, because the suite of products that you guys are trickling out here is obviously conducive to the broader NFT market as well. And so, obviously, Rainmakers and a lot of the fantasy aspects have kind of taken storm here over the past couple of weeks, but didn't want to lose sight of the NFT marketplace specifics that this tool brings to the table.
Yeah, well said. 100%. I agree.
Thank you, guys. Great work.
Yes, sir. Thank you, fellas. Unless there's anything else, I guess we can go ahead and wrap up. Yeah, appreciate y'all taking the time and sharing some of your GigaBrain plans with us.
Later, guys.
Happy to do it. See y'all.
Thank
All right.
you, guys.
Have a good night.
Appreciate it, everyone.